Tradingview tutorial for Forex. Welcome everyone to my channel. I am Nexus. Today I'm going to take you through a tutorial for Tradingview for Forex. So let's get started. In this video, I'm going to take you through 7 things for Tradingview. So I'm going to take you through how to use Tradingview for free, take you through the registration, not the registration process, but just through registration. I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can upgrade your account. So you can upgrade to a free account and you can all upgrade to premium. I will take you through the charts and talk a little bit about my favorite tools. So I'll do this partly as part of the same section, but I'll try to include the chapter times to kind of break that down. I'll also go through how you can use TradingView to connect to your broker. I will talk a little bit about paper trading or sim trading or demo trading. And then finally, if you stay to the end, I'm going to show you a very simple trading strategy with a twist. If you want to jump or skip a section, I will include the section times in the description. Let's talk about TradingView. So in simple terms, TradingView is an online charting software. So it charts securities. So if you're an investor or you're a trader, for example, you trade Forex, you can use this tool to view your instruments. To use this, you can use it completely for free. And when I say completely for free, what I mean is you don't need to actually register to actually use the chart. So to do that, we're going to ignore everything on the home page. When we type in TradingView into our browser, we just click on the first result that shows up and you're going to get the landing page. There's a lot of stuff that you might see that might be a bit confusing. Just ignore it for now. And all you want to do is you want to go straight to products and then you want to click on supercharts. Now I'm going to open this in a new tab. I can actually show that using a incognito. So just give me 1 second. I'll just open a private window so you can actually see what it looks like. I'm going to type in TradingView. Okay, click on TradingView. I'm going to click on products and supercharts. As you can see, when you open up the TradingView completely for free, this is the default view. I'm going to click out all these pop-ups so you can actually see my screen. There you go. So on the left-hand side, you can see it's selected the Apple ticker by default, and you have a default watch list on the right-hand side. I'm not going to go through a lot of these tools for now, just because I'm going to talk about that in a separate section. The key thing I do want to mention here is why use the free tool versus using a free account versus using a premium account. So here's the thing, with a free tool, you can use the charts. So I can draw trend lines, I can select new products, for example. But what I can't do is save any of the work I've done. So I can't really save. So for me personally, this isn't very useful. Now, if all you want to do is just quickly look up a chart, do some analysis, and then that's it, this is great, but I don't recommend that. The second option, of course, is creating a free account. So to do that, you need to actually register for a free account. The first thing I do want to talk about here, just one tool, is the search tool. So you can search for any product using this search tool. Just type in the ticker. So here you get a pop-up and it defaults to all, but you can select any category you like. So for us, let's select Forex. And here we just type in these symbols. So let's look for Aussie yen. And you get a lot of providers. You can really select any provider, but I just go with Onda here, and I just load that up by clicking it, and then it loads up to my screen. To close this watch list, just click on this watch list icon, and that should close it. To open it up, just click on it again, and that will open up the watch list. So that's really it for the free account. So as you can see, you can search for any ticker symbol. If you don't know what the ticker is for the product you're looking for, you can just Google it and then use that to search. It's quicker to search for the ticker rather than type in actual text. So that's actually the free account. So let's now go to the registration process. Okay, so I am currently logged in my account. So what I'm going to do is, actually, no, I'm not logged in. I am logged out. So I'm going to go to the home page. To register, you just click on the Get Started button right here on the top right. You can go through the registration process. It's completely free to create an account, so there's no payments required. You can register using different account types, so you can just use an email, you can use your Facebook, you can use Google. I just use Google because it's convenient for me, and I just registered. It's completely free, you don't have to pay anything whatsoever. And then once you're registered, you will then be able to log in. Before I actually show you how to log in, I do want to mention that if you go to the price packages page, you would notice that the prices to upgrade is super affordable. The one thing I do want to mention as a tip is if you do decide in the future to upgrade, you will be shown a one-time pop-up or offer, and it will give you the subscription for life with a discount. Please take the offer because you will never see that offer again. It doesn't matter if you try and create the account with a different email, you wouldn't see the offer again. I'm not an IT person, so I don't know how they track this, whether it's IP address or something else, but I've tried different ways and it doesn't work. So if you missed the offer, you'll never see it again. Unfortunately, I can't remember what the offer is. It's probably about 10%, 15%. It might change by the time you watch this video, but it's a one-time offer. You only ever see it once if you decide to upgrade. However, you can just stick to the free account, which I'm going to run through a little bit. I do want to say that the difference between a free account and a premium account is simply restrictions, right? So you're going to be restricted on doing certain things, not the basic things that you associate with using a chart. So you can see a chart, you can change the chart, you can do all that. But there will be certain things, and it will depend on you what you want to use it for. So I'm going to show you an example of why I upgraded. But first, I'm going to go to the top here and just sign in. Okay. I used Google, so I will just click on my Google sign in. And to access the charts, I just go back to products and then I just go to super charts. And then it should remember the last thing I was looking at and just load that for me. Okay, so I'm going to go through the actual tools that I enjoy and the reasons why I upgraded. So I said that to upgrade to premium, the difference between a free account and a premium account is just restrictions. If you do basic things and simple things, you never ever have to upgrade. However, for me, there were two reasons I had to upgrade. The first one is I tend to trade the e-minis. So I'm just going to show you here by opening one of them. So I think this is the NASDAQ right here. So this is currently the NQM 2024. So I trade this, and the problem is that if you're on a free account, the prices being shown is delayed. Okay, I think it's about 15 minutes. So if you are trading this live, it doesn't help if the prices are delayed. So I had to upgrade, and then you get real live prices. The second thing and the second reason I upgraded is alarms. So on the top of the menu, you can set alarms for any chart, right? So just click the alarm, create the alarm, set it. And I'll show you all of this in a second. The problem was it would limit you to a certain amount of alarms. I think it gives you 3 alarms with a free account. But I wanted to do obviously more than 3 accounts. I wanted to do more than 3 alarms. So I had to also upgrade. Now, TradingView is always changing and updating their system, so the actual restrictions may change from time to time. For me, these two reasons were good enough for me to just upgrade. So for you, if you're doing something simple, you don't have to upgrade, but if you want to do, something a bit more than normal, then you may have to upgrade. It's super, super affordable to upgrade. And don't forget to take the offer, the one-time offer. If you get the one-time offer when you want to upgrade, please, please take the offer, because you will never find that offer again. So let's talk through some of my favorite things about TradingView. So this is the way I tend to trade it day to day and the things I tend to use trade day to day. So right here, you can see this little toolbox, and this really shows you the favorite tools that I use, which is on the left-hand side. There are a lot of things you can do. There's text things that you can type. You can add notes. You can add callouts, price labels. You can add all kinds of fancy things, images. You can use the highlighter, the brush, coloring tools. There's Fibonacci's, there are forecasts. There's all kinds of things, trend lines. I just select the ones I want to use. I just by simply putting a star. So for example, for trend line, I just add a star to it. And as you can see, it gets added to my favorite toolbox, which I can move wherever I like and dock it wherever I like. So that's the tools section. And then on the top menu, you can also select the type of charts you want. You can, again, select your favorites. I just use candles and I use the point and figure charts. Another restriction that you might come across with charts is that you can actually create custom timeframes. On the free account, which is you create an account where it's free, you can't actually do that. You just have to go with the defaults. And the defaults are fine. So you get the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minutes, the 4 hour, the 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. I think that's the default. But as you can see, I've created different time frames, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And it's very easy to do. You just scroll to the bottom of the menu, and actually not the bottom. Sorry, you can add a right at the top. Oh, I think they moved it, or maybe it's at the top. Ah, anyway, so you just go here, just add a custom um, interval. You can select minutes, hours, whatever you like. So minutes, and let's say I want to select. Let's see which one I have. I have it on 6 minutes, so I could just do 6 minutes, I believe, and then you could just add, and then there you go. You can view your charts in 6 minutes. You can't do this on the free account. So if this is something you really need, just this one thing, you might need to upgrade to premium. So let's talk about other things, for example. So let's talk about alarms. So I've talked about alarms. To set the alarms, pretty straightforward. Click on it and select where you want the alarm. So I'm just going to leave this here as the time. But you can do a lot of cool things, like you can select how the alarm gets triggered. So is it crossing? That's the default. I just keep it that way. You can do all kinds of things, right? You can do all kinds of things. You can select the trigger if it's just once or every time, and you can write notes and give it a name. All of these are a bit too fancy for me. I just keep it straightforward as an alarm. I just then click create, and then as you can see, the alarm will show on the chart. And then you can just move the alarm wherever you actually want. So say I'm looking for price to come to this level and then trigger, and then I will get interested in looking at my chart. And that's it for the alarms. The other thing at the top here I really love is the replay button. So right here, you've got a replay button. Again, one of the restrictions on the free account, you cannot use the replay button on a free account. As of the time I created my account, you couldn't use that, and you have to upgrade, right? So if that's just the one thing you want to use, then you have to upgrade. So let's click on that. You just click on it and select wherever you want to replay, and then you can choose whatever option you want or speed. You just go bar by bar, right? Just bar by bar, you go bar by bar as you like, or just click the play button and it will automatically play. And you can, of course, change the speed. That's it. I love the replay button. So I use this at the end of the week or at the end of the month when I'm trying to do some reviews, right? Okay, the other thing which is at the top here is the layout. So again, restrictions. If you're on a free account, you only get one layout. But when you get a premium account, you can select multiple layouts. So you can view your charts on multiple layouts. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If you want to see two different time frames at the same time, then you can do that. So you can have different instruments. It doesn't have to be the same one. So you can have gold on the left and silver on the right, or you can have cable, that's pound dollar on the left, and then you can have Aussie yen on the right. It's really up to you. So let's keep it simple. We just have one view. And then on the right hand side, you've got all the sort of general icons. So here you have your watch list. I will go through watch list in a separate video, but it's really straightforward. It's just a list of instruments that you're interested in or trading. The thing that's cool, of course, is you can just create your own watch lists and then add them. So right here, you can go to, well, if you have an existing watch list, you can create a copy, rename them, clear the list. And here you can create a new list. I can import a list. You can tag the lists, like you can filter them. Uh, so yeah, you can do some pretty amazing things with TradingView. I'm not going to go too deep into this because everyone's different, right? Everyone uses TradingView for very different things. I'm just going through my favorite things. This isn't actually one of my favorite things with TradingView. To me, it's just a good way to organize your trades. I only trade four things, so this is a bit overkill for me, but it's fine. So you can find your instruments right here under this watch list icon. At the bottom, you have your alerts. So every time you create an alert, you can find it here. You can delete your alerts from here. And then they've got a bunch of social tools like, they've got things like chat and idea stream, hot list. I mean, they've got a bunch of stuff that I don't use. So for me, it's not really useful to have these additional functionality. I just use TradingView purely to chart and to do my analysis. So that's pretty much it in terms of my favorite tools. There's a lot of little bits and tips and hidden tricks you can do with TradingView. If anyone has any questions on that, I can create separate videos on this, but in terms of the sort of basic functionality and the things I like doing, it's pretty straightforward. You just load your chart, you add your alarms, you add your trend lines, or whatever it is you want to do, and then of course you can add indicators. So right here on the left-hand side, you can see I've added four indicators, but let me add one. So again, there are restrictions. It will limit the amount of indicators you can have with a free account. And if you create a premium account, you get more indicators. So to do that, you just go to the indicators menu, click on that, and just like the way you search for a symbol or a ticker, just type in anything, any indicator you like. So let's type in MACD. It will show you a list of MACDs. You can then select them, and as normal, you can just add them to your favorites. That way, when you go to the left side of the menu, you can just go to favorites, and then you can see a list of all your, uh, let's go to, sorry, go to favorites. There you go. And then you see a list of all my sort of favorite indicators. I don't personally use indicators for trading, but if you do want to use an indicator, this is a great way to do this. Uh, there are many other sections here I can go through later, but not in this video. For now, to keep it simple, this is how you get access to your indicators. So that's it. I've kind of covered all the basic parts of your charts. I've also covered the favorite parts of TradingView, so the favorite things I use TradingView and the reason why I actually had to upgrade. Now I'm going to talk about connecting to your broker. Okay, so to connect to your broker, this might be something some of you might want to do. You have a broker, so in my case, I use Active Trades, a really good broker. If anyone's interested, I'll add a link to the description to create your account with Active Trades. I'll also add a link to TradingView. If you don't have one yet, you can just click on that and edit. But to connect your broker, if you're really comfortable using TradingView instead of your broker's charting tool, you can just connect it. Now, I do want to mention that not all brokers are connected to TradingView, and not all brokers have a stable connection to TradingView. So I'm going to show you my own broker. I don't use it because as of the time I checked, last time I checked, it wasn't a stable connection. So it'll say it's in alpha or beta or something like that, right? Or they're testing it. I wouldn't recommend that you connect to TradingView via your broker when they're still kind of testing the connection. I would just wait until everything's kind of standard and you have a stable connection, and then you can just use it. But to do that is fairly straightforward. One way is just right at the bottom, you're going to see some menus right here, okay? And you want to click on the one that says training panel. There you go. And once you click training panel, you can just scroll. You might see like some ads and stuff like that. Just ignore it. If you scroll down, so this is where you can connect your broker. I'll show you how to connect to paper trading, which you can see here as the first option. This is if you want to do demo trading, simulated trading. But here you can see all of the brokers that are connected. So you go to FXEM. I've made my own broker, which is Active Trades, connection, and then you've got like a bunch. So you can search for your own broker, but not all brokers are on here. If you don't see a stable connection, then you don't want to use it. They'll tell you if it's in when you click on it, it'll tell you if it's like alpha or beta or something. You see a pop-up that tells you whether it's they're testing it, right? I wouldn't honestly recommend you connect it unless you are unless you are confident, right? To connect it, just click on it, just follow the steps, right? Just connect to it. It'll ask you to log in, and then that's it. It'll just basically connect you. And once it connects you, it'll then show you a list of all the products specific to your broker in your menu, right? And then you can trade off that. So you're not trading using the trading view or on the instruments you're trading using your own broker's instruments, for example, active trades, then I can just go to active trades and trade that. So like I said, I only trade 4 instruments, so I just added the 4 and that was it. I didn't need to do anything else. But that's how you connect to your broker. Now it's the same way you connect to demo, which is you just click on the trading panel and then you just click connection here. So here it'll say connect to paper trading. So same way like a real life broker, but this is TradingView's own simulated trading environment. And you just click connect. And as you can see, it just automatically connects you. Now by default, it'll create an account for you. I think it's 100,000. I mean, you can change it, but it's like a default 100,000 account balance. And then you can use it to paper trade. You can create as many demo trades as you like. So if I click right here, I just click create account. And as you can see here, you can type in any balance you want. So let me call this testing. And you can include commission, so you can make it look as real as you want and change all this. I don't really bother with this. I just click create. And as you can see, you get a brand new account. In a separate video, I can show you how to actually use it. But this is just to show you that you can connect to your paper trading. I've already got one that I test on. So here's one that I have a live trade currently now. So on the positions, you can see I've got a live trade now, currently up $925. And that's it. Yeah. So it's just a paper trading, demo trading where you can test your strategies or, test a overall plan, whatever you want to do in terms of your simulated gaming. This is a great way to do it using TradingView. Also, TradingView provides other functionality for you to use, like strategy testers, which you can find here. And they've got like a code editor where you can, you know, write your own code to write your own code for any strategies you have and test them. I don't bother with a lot of these. I just use it for kind of basic charting, but you can use it. If anyone's interested in going a little bit more advanced into some of the features, just let me know in the comments and then we'll go through specific functionality like the stock screener or the Pioneer editor or the strategy tester or just specifically paper trading. But for now, that's how you connect to your sim or demo or paper trading account. So finally, we get to the final step. I'm just going to delete everything on this instrument, and that's because I want to show you a very simple trading strategy that you can use if you have absolutely none. This is if you are a beginner. So I do want to put the disclaimer out there that if you are trading, you should be aware of what trading involves, be aware of the risk, be aware that you can lose your money if you're trading a real account, and of course, best probably start using a demo account. So this is in the context of a demo account. I'm going to show you a really simple strategy. It's not one that I use now. It is very simple. So it's kind of the very first thing I came across when I started my trading journey. So the first thing I do, you want to do is just select an instrument. So any instrument will actually do. So here, let's just use the one I already have, which is the E-mini NASDAQ. And you're going to need two indicators, right? You're going to need two moving averages. So we're going to go to indicators, okay, and we're going to type in moving averages. Once you start typing, you're going to start to see a list. You can just use any moving average. Yeah, you just need two averages. You need one that is slow and then one that is fast. It can be anything. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to use the EMA just because just because, to be honest, no particular reason, but you can use a simple moving average. You can use even more complicated, like a double moving average. You can use whatever you like. It really does not matter. But I'm just going to uh, add it twice. Let's go back. Let's add it again. I think I actually have it under my favorites, so let's just go the moving average. Okay. All right, so I wanted to show you this. If you have too many indicators, you will get the upgrade option. So I've reached my maximum for my account, so you get the upgrade option. This is going to happen when you use various bits of TradingView where you hit a max, it will ask you to move to the next level. So again, this depends on what you use it for. You will either decide to upgrade or not to upgrade. So in this case, I don't want to upgrade because I don't really use indicators. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete one of my indicators and just add the EMA. Okay, so the maximum I have is 5. So you need to make sure you don't have more than 5. So I'm just going to select that. All right, okay. So you need two indicators. You need a fast indicator. So here we can type in a 9. Let's just change the color. So let's get a little fancy. Let's just make it brown. And let's give it a nice thick line. So here is the 9 EMA. It's a close. Uh, and you want to make sure this is EMA, right? Where it says method, EMA. So on TradingView, they give you a lot of customizable options. Some charts just give you like a default, but here just make sure that you are using EMA. But you can use whatever you like, but my point is just make sure you're aware what you're using. So this is 9. And the second one, uh, let's make that 18. We'll make sure that's an EMA. Okay, so let's change the color a little bit. Let's make that red. I'm just gonna make the line a little bit bigger. All right, okay, cool. So this is the MA cross. It's a very simple strategy. Okay, the idea is very simple. When the fast moving MA crosses the, sorry, when the fast moving MA crosses the slow moving MA right there. So I'm just going to change the color. Crosses downward, then you want to short that, right? Just you go short. And when the it goes in the opposite direction, so let's find one here. You go long. Okay. So in a nutshell, that's the basic strategy. It's really simple. You just add that MA. You don't have to worry about a high level or higher time frame bias. You just follow the MA. So this is a trend strategy, right? You're chasing the trend. There are a couple of rules you have to remember. The first is you don't trade this when the market is basically going sideways, right? So it's churning or it's holding or it's going through a seek and destroy. It's just all over the place, right? It's kind of threading, so the MAs are constantly crossing each other. You just ignore it, right? Just stay away, leave it alone, come back. You only want to use this when it starts to trend. So price is going from your bottom left to your top right. That's a trend. Or it's going from top left to your bottom right. So that's a trend. That's a downtrend. Really simple. You can use your eyes, and that's basically it. But if you want to use the MAs, when the smaller MA, which is the faster MA 9, is above the slower MA, in this case the 18, then the trend is going up. If it's the reverse, the trend is going down, right? It's really simple strategy. So let's again talk about time frames. So this can work on any time frame. The time frame I would maybe use for this is the 15 minutes, right? So the 15-minute for me is kind of my go-to default lower time frame, right? That's it. So I will just stick to the crosses when it happens only on the 15 minute. The second thing to note with this MA cross, and I'm going to make it a little bit interesting for you, is you want to filter out the noise. Okay, so how do you actually do that? And this is where the little tip or little twist comes in. So rather than just trade it every time it crosses whenever you like, you only want to trade this when the cross happens within a very specific time window. And right here, I have got a little indicator that is called sessions, and this is just to help me visualize the time window. I'm going to switch on and then explain what it is. Okay, so this is a time window. So you can use this for index and forex. It's the same time window. You are primarily trading from 6 a.m., which is New York time, so Eastern EST, to 11 a.m. New York time, EST. So we're using New York time here. You can convert this to any time zone. So for example, I'm in London, so uh, I know what the London time is. But TradingView has a little tool here on the bottom right that allows you to select what time zone you want to use. So just select UTC -4 New York, and it keeps things super simple. But if you don't want to do that and you want to have your own time zone on there, just remember that the time box that we're using is basically between 6 a.m. New York time. So convert that to your time and 11 a.m. New York time. Now, can you play around with the edges? Like, can you extend it a little bit to the left and right? No, because it's already extended. Normally, I would do 7 a.m., but I extended it to 6 a.m. Um, but 11 I would say is the cutoff, right? So 11 I would say if you don't see a cross during that time, then I would just ignore it and then just leave it alone. So here's a perfect example. So here we have, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna make this bigger. Okay. So on this day, we have a cross right here. So we have the 9 cross below the 18. So we have the fast MA. Again, this can be any moving average. It doesn't matter. It can be EMA, SMA, ZZZMA, whatever you like, as long as it's just a moving average. It's a lagging indicator anyway, so it really doesn't matter. All we want is a cross. Okay, so once we have the cross, we want to see separation in that cross. So we want to start to see space between the 9 and the 18. Okay, we want to see space because that shows that the momentum is going in the direction of the trade. Now, like I said, you don't just want to trade every single cross. So what I'm telling you here is how to eliminate overtrading, right? How to be a bit more precise. Just using this one simple strategy. That's it. You don't need a 60%, 70% win rate with this, right? Because if you apply simple risk management to your trading, this can pretty much give you what you need without a lot of complication, right? So again, you're not overthinking about what's my daily bias, what's the direction of the trade, what's this, what you know, you don't really worried about that. All you want to find is, do you have a cross? That's the number one. And is that cross happening within your time box? So in this example, you can see I would not have taken this trade, but right here, now this happens just outside the window, just outside the window. So again, you have to be, this is a decision for you to make. This is a decision for you to make. I am telling you, stick with the time window, right? But experience has told me that whenever you get an initial cross and you get a second one, it's usually very powerful. Now, this one just happens slightly outside the time window, and it actually happens at a very strange time, which is lunchtime. Um, Normally, like I wouldn't generally take a trade during lunch, which is between 12 noon and 1 p.m. New York time, um, because they're on lunch, I'm on lunch. I wouldn't really take the trade. Very little happens during lunch. Uh, Sometimes it does. On this occasion, it did. But this really is up to you. So this is where you need to use your own discretion. But when I say use your own discretion, I mean you need to decide from the beginning what is the um, time window either side that you will allow for. Now, I've already allowed for the 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. So that is, don't change that, right? The only one that I would say you can be flexible on is, do you want to cut off your time window at 11 or do you want to cut off your time window at 12, for example, right? I wouldn't go beyond that, to be honest, because then you start to complicate the rules. So really simple. I have a cross. Is it in my time window? Yes. I take my trade. So here I will go short, and all you do is you want to, here we go, just go there. So let's say we get a cross. I think we got a cross here. All right. And you're basically risking whatever the last swing was. So this is the last swing. So you put your stop loss there. Okay. And then this, for me, I don't have targets with trades. What I mean is every trade is very different. So you're obviously looking for at least one to one, right? That's the minimum. However, I don't have a maximum. I just let the trade tell me where it's going, right? So in this case, let's see, you didn't get across until there. So you would have been stopped. You would have closed your trade when you got across back up right there. And what we have here, It's 100 and yeah, let's just say give or take 100 points there. Um, yeah, I mean that's really it. So your stop loss is right there, whatever the last swing is. So if it's 50 minutes, we just stick with the 50 minutes, and then we target when the MA crosses back. Now you can get a bit more advanced in terms of the strategy. So for example, once you're in a trade, you can just go down one time frame, just one time frame. So for example, you can go down to the 5 minutes, and then if you get a cross back up on the 5 minutes, you can then exit the trade. I personally wouldn't do that. I mean, you start to complicate the whole thing. Keep it simple. Stay on the 15 minutes. You get a cross down. It's within the box. You take it. Let's say you don't take that one. Okay, let's leave that. Let's leave that alone. So we get another cross here, but we don't take it. Why don't we take it? It's outside the time box. So we wait. We get a perfect cross there. That's where that's in the time box. So again, we go short because that's crossing down. So I believe uh, probably that one was the one that did the cross. So again, use some discretion here. The last swing is actually right here. Okay, that's a land swing high. This candle, I'm just gonna delete this. This candle right here creates the swing. So to its left, there's a lower candle. To the right, there's a lower candle. I mean, technically, is this candle the lower candle? Yeah, I mean, you can just use the highs, right? And normally I would also look at the bodies. But again, let's keep this simple. You've got a higher high there, you've got a lower high to the left, you've got a lower high to the right. So this is your swing right here. So that's where you put your stop loss. So in this case, again, it will depend on you how much you want to risk on the 15 minutes. But it's, if you find that these swings are creating large, they're creating a very large risk for you in terms of your swings, you may just want to decide, okay, actually, uh, I want to go to a lower time frame, right? I prefer the 15 minutes. I get what I need. Don't forget, this is the E-mini, but you can use this. Okay, let's just go to a Forex example. So let's just pick also JPY. Okay, so Oz JPY, let's just go back a couple of days. So remember I said this is a trend trading tool. When it's going sideways, so here's a perfect example. You can still use it, but when it's going sideways, I would just ignore it, to be honest. But um, you may have to just kind of zoom out a little bit and just go, should I trade it? So here's an example. It's really going sideways here. Uh, I wouldn't have traded, personally wouldn't have traded that, to be honest. But again, you kind of need to be able to spot when the market is going sideways. This is why I said you need to stick to a time frame so you get very comfortable with the movement. You kind of develop a relationship with the movement of the forex pair that you're working on and the time frame itself. You start to see how it behaves, what it likes to do. Does it like to, you know, use solid candles to break out? Does it like to use half candles? Like all of these things will be very different from time frame to time frame and from instrument to instrument, right? So this is where you have to really first keep the strategy simple, but second build a sort of relationship with that time frame and that instrument. If it's trending, I will generally take it. So an example might be here, but i- this is where your experience will come in. There's some trends that are obvious and some trends that are not, right? What I mean is you will see some trends where it's trending up, but it's struggling to go up. Like it's really, really struggling to go up. That might be an opportunity for you, but that might also be a little bit of a warning. So let's go through some of these examples right here. So let's start with this one right here. So this is a Forex pair. As you can see right here, we get a cross, okay, downward. Really simple, like really simple strategy, okay. Uh, it's a short because we get a cross down. I believe this is the candle that created the cross right here. So as soon as the cross is created, you go with the open, right? So I think it's this candle or this candle, uh, probably this candle, okay? And then what we're looking for is we're looking for the swing low, the swing high in this case, right? To put your stop loss. So in this case, your stop loss is right here, okay? It's 33 pips. I mean, 33 pips. I mean, come on. Your stop loss, I think most people use a standard 25 pip, which I think is quite small, if I'm being honest. If you're going to take Forex seriously, you probably want a decent spread in terms of your risk, but it's one to one. So if you have a 30, 40 pip stop loss, then you're looking for a 30, 40 pip reward, right? Minimum. In this case, what we actually get. So we're looking for somewhere here. I believe it's right. Where does it cross back up? It crosses back up, I think, here. I think it is there. So this example, you were risking 33, 30 pips, and then you got 50 pips, right? So again, it's more than one to one. Um, Good, right? I mean, all you had to do was just look at a cross, right? You didn't have to think about anything. You didn't have to know what the trend was. You didn't have to know what the bias was. You didn't have to know what, Donald Trump, Edward Brett. You didn't have, just a simple cross, right? Just a simple cross. Okay. Now there are many ways to adapt this. You can get this really complicated. So for example, if you get an entry up here on the 50-minute, but you decide, okay, that risk is a bit too high, you just go to the lower time frame. Okay, like the 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm not I'm not I'm not recommending that this is what you do. I'm just saying this is ways of complicating a simple process. So you find the candle that created the entry, okay? And what you want to do is you then want to identify where you have a swing high with some form of additional resistance, right? There's something that is going to stop price. So here, there isn't really anything obvious. I mean, there is a swing high here that I can see, but it's on its own, right? There's nothing else that supports it. So when I say there's nothing else that supports it, what I'm looking for is actually there probably is. Um, so what I'm looking for is like a PD array or something like that, something that looks like a PD array, like a fair value gap or uh, something. So in this case, because it's going down, I'm going to look for up candles, right? So here's an up candle. Here's the swing low, swing high on the 5 minute right here, this candle. So it has a lower high on the left and a lower high on the right. But there's also right above it a up candle. So I'm just going to put my stop loss right at the top of that up candle and reduce it from 30 to 17 pips. So now it's 17 pips, okay? Uh, because if this is going lower from the point of the 50-minute time frame, so remember on the 5-minute time frame, prices may be going down on the 50-minute time frame, but you might get up movement on the lower time frame. So don't forget that. So you really want to give your trade room to breathe. So in this case, you're risking 17, 18 pips, 20 pips, give or take, and then you're getting 50 pips, right? So 1 to 2. So this is how you can actually start to complicate a very simple idea, which is a MA cross. I mean, you're not going to get it. Well, you can probably get another strategy, like you can do like a trend line break or something like that, which is another simple strategy. But for this one, this is the simplest, as far as I know, doesn't require a huge amount of thinking. So there you have it, folks. I've gone through how you can create your free account. I've gone through how you can upgrade your account. I've gone through the charts and some of my favorite tools using the chart. I've gone through how you can connect your broker, how you can start or connect your sim or paper trading. And I've also talked about my special bonus at the end, which is a simple trading strategy with a twist. Let me know if you use this strategy. Let me know how you get on. Let me know what your win-loss ratio is. Put that all in the comments. And if you want me to discuss anything else about TradingView, maybe a specific point that I made, for example, the simulated trading or the paper trading, or you want me to talk a little bit more about your broker part of it, just let me know in the comments and I'll create a separate video for that. So thank you very much, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. This will help me a lot and will let me know that you love my stuff and I can create more videos. So have a good day, guys. Have a great one.